I'm gonna wait for you. What do you want to do?
The unbeaten lightweight boxing star, Gervonta Davis, has once again gained attention, but this time it's not in the ring. There have been rumors that the champion was attacked and singled out by his own supporters, though the specifics of the incident are still unknown. This incident adds another chapter to the two-weight world champion's turbulent and frequently contentious life.
Someone like Devin Haney, who just lost to Ryan Garcia, has a better resume than Tank, and that's just a reality. We haven't seen Tank fight for undisputed championship, which he doesn't seem to really care to have any of the titles that really do matter. He has one now. I just want to see him fight other champions, and if he can, go for the undisputed. And if you're saying that you're the face of boxing, this and that, the face of boxing like Canelo Alvarez has been
If you're saying that you're the face of boxing, then this is it. And if you're saying that the face of boxing like Canelo Alvarez has been undisputed Tank, then someone like Devin Haney, who recently lost to Ryan Garcia, has a better resume than Tank. We haven't seen Tank fight for the undisputed championship, and he doesn't seem to care that he has any titles that actually matter. He already has one though, and I just want to see him fight other champions. From his remarkable ascent in the sport to his legal troubles, Davis is a name who has been no stranger to controversy both inside and outside the ring. Despite all of his achievements, Davis has also come under fire. He has always been a figure that grabs attention. He is unbeaten, a knockout machine, and a boxer who many believe might dominate the sport for years.
Say Ryan is a C-level fighter, but Tank say Ryan is the best fighter he fought. So what is that? What is it about Ryan that made Gervonta feel like he was the best he fought?
I don't know. He shared a ring with him. Maybe he fought all C-level fighters.
Rye, you claim that Ryan is a C-level fighter, but Tank claims that Ryan is the best fighter he has ever faced. What is it about Ryan that made Donan feel that he was the best he has ever faced? I don't know. He shared a ring with him, but maybe he's one of our C-level fighters. Well, it seems that Tank hasn't been impressing his fans lately. At the Lamont Roach press conference, Tank was asked if he wants to be listed among the greats, and he said that he doesn't really cares about his legacy. It's one thing to say that as a professional boxer, but saying that and having fought no one is just insulting to the sport, and this is what caused him to lose the shine to his fans. In addition, Tank hasn't been on the star side recently, as Davis celebrated his 30th birthday, and fans took to social media in droves to criticize his career during what should have been a time of introspection and celebration. Instead, Davis received a flurry of critical remarks that questioned his credentials and cast doubt on his ability to be a legitimate champion for a man who has won 2 world titles and is placed 8th in Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound ranking. Since he is unbeaten and has won titles in 2 different weight classes, this criticism may seem unjustified, but many boxing fans continue to argue about the caliber of opponents, arguing that Davis hasn't yet faced the kind of elite competition that would cement his status as one of the all-time greats.
Get so much out of this and get away from it. Like, I have a house on an island, y'all won't see me again, type shit. Like, that's how I'm trying to beat. I'm trying to beat all this type shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be around this too much longer. I don't even want this spotlight. Y'all can have it. This can have it. Once I beat it.
I have a house on an island, so I'm trying to get away from this and get as much out of it as possible. You won't see me again. I'm trying to beat all of these types, and that's how I'm doing it. I'm not aiming to be here for too long, and I don't really want this spotlight. I once defeated Tank on his 30th birthday. Fans once again questioned his legacy in social media posts celebrating his career, with one fan writing, "Talent world champion at 22, and by 30 still hasn't fought an elite guy, what a waste." Another fan commented, "Never fought a reigning champ. At 135 lb, the boxing community had high hopes that he would finally silence the critics with an unquestionable victory over a top-tier opponent." The King of Fighters would demonstrate that Gervonta Davis is as good as he says he is, but he hasn't faced him.
Thing is, Gervonta Tank Davis only has, after this, 5 fights left. We're running out of time. I want some incredible things to happen. Tank is a...
Gervonta Tanks are my thing. The criticism doesn't stop there. Some online accounts say that despite his undeniable talent, Tank's resume was far from impressive. One person said, "Such a great talent with such an average resume." While another pointed out that Davis has only chosen certain cab drivers and added rehydration clauses to ensure the few threats he's faced are underpowered. These harsh remarks were circulating on the internet at a time when Davis should have been celebrating his career success, but instead the overwhelming sentiment was one of frustration that Tank had never faced the most difficult obstacles the sport had to offer.
Back at Tank's resume, you like, yo, man, this man's resume was actually thought they might have been nobody's a couple of years ago. And now
to understand why this criticism is so strong, let's look back at Tank's resume. He was 22 years old when he defeated Jose Pedraza for the IBF Super Featherweight title, showcasing his punching power and potential as a future star in the sport. However, shortly after winning that title, Davis found himself in trouble after missing weight before his second defense against Francisco Fona. This early setback haunted him, and both fans and critics were quick to point out that his first reign as champion was marred by failure to make weight, but Davis didn't let that stop him. A year later, he knocked out Jesus Queller in a stunning fashion to add the WBA super featherweight title to his collection.
I think I do have more skills than Mike Tyson. Far as like, I mean, when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than like at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smart.
When I claim that I am more skilled than Mike Tyson, I mean that individuals who are smarter than me, for example, in a lower weight class always have more SK. That victory was a major turning point in his career and demonstrated that Davis could overcome setbacks, but for some fans, it wasn't enough. They claimed that Davis was still avoiding the hardest challenges and that the pattern continued after he moved up to lightweight tank and won the WBA regular title, but many questioned the caliber of the opponents he was facing despite all of his talent and promise. Tank's greatest victory on paper occurred in April 2023 when he knocked out Ryan Garcia. The body shot he delivered to Garcia was both brutal and beautiful, serving as a reminder of Tank's amazing punching power. However, even that victory wasn't without controversy, as many fans point to the 10-pound rehydration clause that was added to Garcia's contract because they believe it put Garcia at a disadvantage. After the bout, Garcia acknowledged that he wasn't feeling his best. The inclusion of the rehydration clause, according to many fans, tainted Davis's victory because they thought it was just another way for Davis to put his opponents at a disadvantage. In spite of the controversy, the victory over Garcia was significant, and it cemented Davis's position as one of the best fighters in the sport. I mean, going into the ring, Garcia claimed that my legs didn't feel too much under me, but once the fight started, everything kind of came together, so I can't really put a lot of blame on that.
You gotta run back. Hey, let's go.
Stop playing all this and go against the grain, __. When it comes to straight balls, you know what I mean when I say that you have one guy who ran around in the ring for the entire 12 rounds and another guy who runs around all year from the hardest ___, fights the ones that people want to see. But that victory didn't do much to silence the critics. In June 2024, Davis's next bout, a title defense against Frank Martin, demonstrated Tank's strength once more. He knocked Martin out in the 8th round, but the critics were quick to point out that Martin wasn't the elite opponent Tank needed to face to truly prove his greatness. Fans have made it clear that they want to see Davis
go against the big dog. Stop playing all this bullshit, acting like you that dude. You that money dude for sure. But when it comes to like straight balls, you know what I'm saying? You got one dude that ran around in the ring the whole 12 rounds. You got another dude that run around all year from the hardest fucking fights. The ones that people want to